Hello my dear Spockles, how are y'all feeling today? I would really like to know. Leave it in the comment. Yes, and while you're at it, like this video. Okay, today I have round 3 of the Golden Magikarp Tournament, which is against Matz. Now, one thing I need to tell before the match is starting, Matz is one of the organizers of the tournament, or at least he has a very active role in it. And that's why he didn't have a lot of time creating his team for this tournament. We had the discussion afterwards and during the matches and stuff. That's why I saw immediately from the team lineup that Conkeldurr will really shine in this battle. I'll tell you why. But first off, he has the Gliscor. So Gliscor is a physical wall, and he can take the fighting type attacks very well. But Conkeldurr carries the Ice Punch, so that's already very good. So I will be expecting a switch in. Then he has the Regenerator, which is 4 times weak to fighting type attack. So that's fun. He has the Fortress, which is also a physical wall, might be specially defensive, but he has a massive physical bulk, and he is neutral to fighting type attacks. So those are the 2 main things to look out for to destroy, but once those 2 are down, Conkeldurr can have a lot of fun with his team, because Blissey is super weak physically and against fighting types. Then Hydreigon is weak to fighting types, and I carry the Assault Vest, so I will be able to take some of his special attacks. And then finally there is Infernape, which he isn't weak to fighting type attacks, but he's pretty frail. So if I manage to get a Guts boost off or something like that, and then do a priority attack, it should be I should be able to take him out. So as usual for this Golden Magikarp Tournament, I have Ding Dong, the magical Bronzong, I have Mega Venusaur, I have Scarf Hydreigon, I have Weakness Policy Aegislash, Assault Vest Conkeldurr, and of course the dude himself, my Slowbro. So without further ado, let's just get this show on the road and let's see what happens. So Matz is issuing a challenge, and of course I accept it. So I lead off with Ding Dong because I can set up, if I can set up some Stealth Rocks and set up some Reflex or shit, I could just live anything. So I decide I stay in with this Infernape. Why? Because a lot of Infernapes, especially Lees, just carry the Focus Sash or the Life Orb, meaning that I could take any hit he dishes out at me at least once. But turns out this guy is Choice Banded. He one-hit KOs my Bronzong, but because I know now that he's Choice Banded, Slowbro is the safest switch in. So here I predict a nice little wall to come in, and I go for the Toxic, but he goes in with the Fortress, which is Steel type, so Toxic misses. So here I just decide, if I can't poison him, let's just burn him. So I go for the Skull, but I don't get the burn. So he's setting up spikes. That's okay, I guess. I don't really have to switch that much at this point. I just decide to go for the Skulls, try to take down this physical wall that resists my fighting types. But he has a Citrus Berry, turning my 3-hit KO into a 4-hit KO, allowing him to set up 3 layers of spikes. So yeah, it is scary. It is scary. I don't want to switch too much anymore. So yeah, I wanted to finish him off with the Skull, but he switches out his Fortress at this point and he switches into Blissey. So I go for the Skull, and finally I get the burn! But I get the burn on the Pokemon that has Natural Cure. So pretty useless, and Slowbro, you know, he almost took down the Fortress, at least put him to the point where he won't be able to tank any hits from my Conkeldurr. So I switch out here, and I go into Conkeldurr, because Blissey mainly has status moves, so I was even hoping to get status at this point. So I switch in, I take a lot of damage from the spikes, and he goes for Attract. But I'm female, and Conkeldurr doesn't roll that way. So, sorry Blissey, but you'll have to take your sexy ass somewhere else. So that's what he does. He withdraws the Blissey and he sends in the Gliscor. Super obvious, I'm very sorry. It is, here comes the Ice Punch on the switch in, almost taking down the Gliscor. So that's the second ball against the fighting type attack. that I am able to take down. So he goes for the protect here to get some toxic orb and poison heal recovery. So that's fine. But at this point, I don't think Drain Punch would take him out, or maybe it will. So I go for the Drain Punch, but he switches out and switches into Infernape. So take that Drain Punch right in the face, and Infernape goes down. And I'm almost back. I'm back to full health. So yeah, that was a small misplay on his behalf. I think at this point it was best to just let the Gliscor die and come in with the Infernape afterwards. But you know, live and learn, that's what they say. So here he switches in Tsunami, his Tyranitar, and he Mega Evolves and goes for the Protect. Usually the Mega Evolving Pokemon go for the Protect to get the speed boost that they, because they usually don't get it until the turn after they Mega Evolve. But it wouldn't even matter because Conkeldurr is slower. So yeah, and he switches in the Gliscor again. I go for the Drain Punch, and look at that. That is what I meant by he can take physical hits. He can take the physical fighting type hits like a Bows. He was at 25% or 20% or something like that, and he still lives a Drain Punch. So good game. I thought he would go for the Protect here, but he goes for the Toxic instead. So I think at this point, I don't think he really cared anymore. But now I am Guts boosted, so yeah. That's gonna do a shit ton. So Conkeldurr, like I predicted, like I wanted it to, is going to sweep a lot of his team. In comes the Blissey, and he decides to go for the softball, thinking that I would outspeed or go for the Mach Punch, not taking him out, but even the Mach Punch would have taken him out. But it's a Blissey. I can take anything it throws at me and retaliate with the Drain Punch. So, but he outspeeds, he goes to the softball, going full health, allowing me to draw all the health that I need to be back at full. At this point, already 3 turns have passed since I'm poisoned, or yeah, three turns have passed since I poisoned, so it is racking up. He switches into Fortress, just, you know, it's another turn that he stalls and gets the poison damage off. But yeah, Conkeldurr, when he's Guts boosted, he's a beast. So here comes the Hydreigon. I could take any hit because of the Assault Vest, like I said. The Dark Pulse is not even very effective, so it won't do anything, and I retaliate again with the Drain Punch. Going from full to 0, hero to 0 in 1.5 seconds, and I am back to full health. But like I said, every turn that passes, the Toxic just keeps getting worse, and yeah. He brings back the Tyranitar, starting off the Sandstorm again, which is another form of residual damage that I get. And here he goes with the Protect again. So as you can see, or as you are able to see, the poison, that's the Sandstorm damage, which is not that much, but the poison damage is taking a big chunk of health. So he goes for the Protect again, and he pulls it off. So double Protect, ladies and gentlemen. You don't see this much, you don't see this too often, but he did what he wanted to do. He killed my Conkeldurr, so kudos for him. I expected a clean sweep with Conkeldurr, but he managed to finish me off. So yeah, but luckily I have Aegislash, which resists almost all of his attack except for the Crunch, but I have the Weakness Policy. The third Protect is not going to work. I go for the King Shield expecting the Crunch. So yeah, we're just a little bit stally here. But this time I just go for the Sacred Sword because it's 4 times super effective. Which is in principle better than Stab, 2 times super effective. But it doesn't kill him off, but the Shadow Sneak will. So good game, Matz, thank you. I do hope we have a rematch soon, because at this point, when you I hope you have a rematch soon where you have a little bit more time to create your team. We discussed it. I know why it was like this, so still a good battle. I liked it, and yeah. Thank you guys for watching, and see you next time. Peace.